Well, back in the Nature Center again. I think it's time for another Wildlife Wednesday. I'm not sure where James is. I haven't seen much. What is... I don't think that's James. Hello? Hey, sir. Hello.
Oh, hey there, sir.
What are you...
Well, funny you should ask. I'm after a couple critters today. You might remember me, I'm Trapper Jack. Oh, how you doing there, mate? About a 13, 14 footer. Oh, yeah. Hey, detective, come in here. What you come in, detective. Come get a look at this. Oh, no.
Oh, my...
Crikey, that's
Good Lord.
That's a brute. That's the brute of an animal there.
Oh.
I come out here every so often and, well, today I'm looking for a couple of critters, the Northwoods carnivores of the Mustalid family, the large weasels. I'm looking for the fisher and the pine marten. Now, our property manager told me that there's one of these fishers loose in the exhibit room somewhere around here. I haven't quite seen it yet, but I can smell it. I can hear... Oh, wait! Oi! That's it now, that's the fisher! Come on, we got to capture it, let's go! Now, just a quick disclaimer for those of you who just watched the latest episode of Wildlife Wednesday. Don't actually try to go out and catch a fisher. They can be very vicious animals, very dangerous. You need a professional trapper like me to get one of these buggers. But if you do happen to see one, observe from a safe distance and appreciate nature, much like it appreciates you. Now here we finally got our fisher here, and he's a pretty big guy. He was loose here in the Nature Center. Now these are from a family of animals known as Mustalids, which include badgers and otters, ferrets, weasels, wolverines, minks, and martens. And this guy's one of the biggest of the genus marten, so he's one of the big martens, part of the weasel family. They live up in trees, they prefer conifers, but they'll go into mixed northwoods, deciduous forest too. They've got these sharp canines, so they eat mostly squirrels and rabbits, but what they really love to eat are porcupines. Now these animals are perfectly adapted to attack a porcupine. They've got these nice sharp claws down here, the slender body, and they can get up and under the porcupine, flip it onto its nice soft belly, and they eat her up. That sounds good. Now here, we got the American marten. Now as you can see, he's a little bit smaller than the fisher, but that doesn't mean he's just not as vicious. Now these guys are also carnivores, but the pine marten preys on slightly different prey. It eats mostly little mice, shrews, voles, critters like that. And what's neat about these critters is that they have retractable claws, kind of like a cat. Right? They can use those. They're the only mustelid with those retractable claws. He's got a little bit bigger ears, which means his sense of hearing is a little bit more acute than the fisher's. However, the smell is not quite as good. Now, as you can see, both these animals have a similar type of build. They've got their short little legs, long snouts, and they share some pretty fascinating similarities as well. For example, both animals are what's known as crepuscular, which is a fun word for the day, crepuscular, which just means that they're active at twilight. They're not nocturnal, meaning they are active during the night, and they're not diurnal, active during the day either. They're mostly active at twilight. That is either dusk or dawn. And they coexist in the north woods of America. However, one of the ways that they are able to share a habitat and coexist together in the same area is because they have different prey items. As I mentioned before, he eats small rodents, mice, voles, shrews, whereas the fisher can take down squirrels, rabbits, even some birds, but mostly porcupines. Now today when we found the marten and the fisher in the Nature Center here at Bethel Horizons, we're not too likely to encounter those critters. They live farther north, up in the more coniferous woods. But these guys, the short-tailed weasel, Now these you can find around here around Bethel. Now they're evasive little critters, but they're still part of that same mustelid family with all the other mustalids we talked about today. Now here, we got us a mink. Now minks are a little different than the fisher and the marten and the short-tailed weasel, and that they're a little bit larger, they got this darker fur, but they're much more well adapted to a wetland environment, meaning the diet comprises more of some wetland birds and waterfowl, and they even have a slight webbing in between their feet that allows them to swim more effectively through the water as they're traversing onto land and into the water. Here's our most well-rounded weasel, and when I say that, I don't mean that he's very round. I just mean that he possesses the best attributes of all the weasels in the family. The long-tailed weasel are good climbers, but they're also good swimmers. They can take down fast prey. They can take down big prey. They're well adapted to living in the trees, but they will also inhabit other animal burrows from time to time.
Wow. Oh boy, Trapper Jack. I mean, we caught the fisher and, well, we learned so much about the weasel family.
We sure did. Anytime I get a chance to share in my weasel experiences with a strapping young lad like yourself, it's a good... Oh, John, he's still a bit frisky there.
A little bit. Well, thank you for watching this unexpected Wildlife Wednesday. Sadly, this may be the last Wildlife Wednesday that we'll have like this for a little while, as I have a place to go and be. But thank you for watching all of the Wildlife Wednesdays that I have put out, and hopefully soon you will be seeing me back in the Wildlife Wednesdays. But in the meantime, Trapper Jack and your friend?
Oh, that old boy back in the office there.
Yeah, James Marlowe.
Aye, yeah. Oh, boy. Well, I'll be working with him here and there, but we'll miss you dearly, boy.
He'll take the Wildlife Wednesday by the horns and get excited, because it should be exciting.
Until then,
make sure you get outside, even if it's just around your block. As always, just do a little jaunt out to your near park or anything like that. But of course, get outside and stay tuned for next week's Wildlife Wednesday. I'm not sure what James will have in store for you, but it should be absolutely incredible. All right.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Stay classy.